Hello everyone, I'm Joyce the dentist. If you have a toothbrush, you probably store it in your bathroom. And depending on your bathroom design, ventilation, and where you're keeping your toothbrush during the day, chances are it's being exposed to everything from high humidity to poop particles. Yes, really. Proper toothbrush storage is a must if you want to keep everything hygienic. One of the great ways to do that is to have the right type of toothbrush holder and that your toothbrush holder is in the right place in your bathroom. Some people don't use toothbrush holders at all. They might just throw their toothbrush into the drawer when they're done with it, but those small, dark places can harbor more germ growth. They're dark, damp, and any bacteria that's tucked between your toothbrush bristles is probably going to stay alive longer than you think it does. Now, let's say you're putting a cap over the end of your toothbrush to cover the bristles. That way you can keep drawer dust, cosmetics, and other things from getting on it. It sounds like a great idea, and it is, temporarily. If you're taking a vacation and packing a suitcase, but you don't want to use that type of a toothbrush holder or storage system on a day-to-day basis. Why? Because it never gives the bristles a chance to dry out. You're just going to have more germs and bacteria breeding between them, and you're going to be putting those things into your mouth every time you brush your teeth. That being said, I fully endorse using these small toothbrush covers or caps when you're traveling. As you're traveling, and if you can, set your brush upright to dry out. Definitely disinfect your toothbrush once you get back home. For back at home, if you have an open air toothbrush holder that keeps your brush upright, that's ideal. This design will allow liquids to drain away from your toothbrush bristles so that they dry out between uses. Make sure that if you're sharing a toothbrush holder with a family member, your toothbrush bristles don't touch each other. If they do, you can cross-contaminate dental bacteria from one person to the next. Now, why does that matter? Because the bacteria that form cavities and periodontal disease could be hiding in one of your toothbrushes, especially if there's untreated tooth decay or one of you has gums that bleed. So don't do that. It's yucky. Now, another thing to think about is where you're sitting or placing your actual toothbrush holder. Depending on your bathroom design, this may or may not be a problem. Most people with standard bathrooms don't have the toilet closed off behind a separate door. If you do have a separate room for your toilet, you don't have to worry about this part. But even if you do, chances are that your kid's bathroom isn't set up that way. Or maybe you're in a hotel and the toilet is right next to the sink. So here's what I'm getting at. If your toothbrush is sitting right on the counter in a toothbrush holder and you flush the toilet, all of that aerosol spray that's generated just flies into the room and can land. Yes, on your toothbrush. The closer your toothbrush is to the toilet, the more likely you are to have bits of human waste particles on the bristles. And I'm not just making that up. There are actually scientific studies out there that prove this happens. So what can you do? Number one, you can close that toilet lid when you're flushing. This isn't 100% fix, but it will help the situation. Don't leave it open, and make sure you train your kids to put the lid down before they flush as well. Number two, you can place your toothbrush holder as far away from the toilet as possible, preferably on the other side of a wall of some sort. If that isn't an option and you absolutely have to store your toothbrush inside of a medicine cabinet, which I still don't like all that much because they harbor dark, damp environments that breed bacteria, just be sure that the holder stays upright. So keep the small toothbrush covers for traveling and make it a point to disinfect your toothbrush routinely, especially if you have a small bathroom. Last but not least, always toss your toothbrush as directed, which is usually once every 3 to 4 months. Smile smarter, everyone. I'm Dr. Joyce. I'll see you next time.